Good evening, Josie here. The energies are amping up most definitely towards this new moon. And the card pulled from the Major Arcana for our considerations today is the Magician. And there's something to be shared that to record this message for the Magician, I had 4 previous attempts and the phone cucked out. There was like multiple electrical things, storms, all of the fun stuff. Stuff that is out of my control. And so, as you can see, I honored that I may need some additional protection for this message. For the Magician seems like a simple card, right? There's a person in a robe with a table in front of them, and placed is the cup, the wand, the coin or the pentacle, the sword. Those 4 journeys of the minor arcana laid out in front of them with the abundance, the wonder, the beauty of nature, of creation that is wild, hard to understand, hard to replicate. Yes, you're seeing all around the wonder and the beauty of the design of all living things. And we see this being who is seated in front of these 4 things, right, that have been symbolized as, well, so many things: emotional, mental, all, like that. You're like, oh, water, earth, air, fire. 4 elements. But we know something. We know there's one additional element, isn't there? There's the 5th element. They even made a movie about it. And that 5th element, we have discovered it's called ether, or we have given it the name ether, for the most subtle realm. But there is this interesting thing that these 4 elements are placed in front. I know these things, right? This is about knowledge. This is a card about what I know. I know that these elements create things. I know there's a 5th. I know there's a 5th. And I somewhat am aware where it may be. Or is it here? Or is this a suggestion of a 6th? Just going to leave that there. And if there is a suggestion that there may be more elemental powers that are working together, they work together as these incredible forces. We see it, the forces of nature, the force of water, the incredible ferocity of fire, the power that air can have, the power of earth. So we suppose and suggest that there then must be an innate power in ether. But these powers don't clash or, compete for who's more powerful like we do. They don't try to compete to get up to the mountaintop of who has the most knowledge, who has the most power, who is the most fabulous human person for us all to revere. No, they actually complement each other and work in a wondrous, agreeable, comprehensive way to support the consistencies of all living things. And so we then sometimes think that the Magician card is asking us to work with these powers, right? Do what you know, make the spells, the potions, find out the elixirs and the meanings of life. Find out the ways to potentially manipulate the elements or to articulate specific things, right? I speak and I will create. That we are able then to know how to design the beauty and the wild that keeps us in wonder, that keeps us in awe. And why? Why is there such a history of alchemists, trying to like make lead into gold, finding the elixirs of life, spells to do what? What was the intention? What was the desire? What is the need for us to know more and access more power? For we witness how power can be manipulated and orchestrated to really, really not benefit life and living things on this planet, from plants to water to canals to passageways to ecosystems to humans. And so is it that the desire then to magic, to work with these elemental powers, to tap into the flow of that power so that we can be as powerful? Because why do we wish for that, knowledge? All right, knowledge is power. Is knowledge power? The more that we know, the more that we are experienced, the more that we have expertise, the more that we have mastery over something. Is it then that we are going to do what with that? Do what with that? Are we going to then, why hasn't someone come with a solution to all the things that we see need solutions in this world? Why hasn't someone solved world hunger? Why hasn't someone solved or understood how to work with these elements in a way to solve the most incurable diseases that plague humankind? So there's a prompt. Why do we desire magic? Do we truly know? Do we truly know of all the elemental relations, the reciprocal connections, the agreeances on all the powers that be that support life? And there's a little hint there. I don't know if it'll be fuzzy or not. Of this band that is covering the forehead, right? And there's even this lovely thing of like going, right, I am trying, I am thinking, I am knowing, I have this awareness, I have this capacity, I trust in my knowledge of how to do. But I am practicing with the grace and awareness that even what I know, there may be more to know. There may be more still to be uncovered. There may be some things that were omitted from those sacred textbooks. There may have been missing links. And there's almost like an awareness of that, like of the continuous cycles of trying to figure out how can I access these powers, and then what can they support for me? What can they then, we go, the I, the ego, let's look into that. So then let's see if we can go beyond the ego and go, how can these powers and my knowledge support the greater good more than me? Oh, but don't we get into like saviorism then? I don't know. So then it's like, then, wait. Is there an intention? Is there an actual intention that is pure enough to work with the elements in totality of creation that support each other and then sometimes clash in wondrous ways to actually also not just support creation, but to support destruction? There's a volatility in this power. Whew. So how can we sit with reverence and acknowledge and honor all the things we have traversed in this life, all the things that we have moved through in this life, accessing little pieces and nuggets of wisdom and knowing along the way? How can we continue to humbly continue to do and to craft and to, with honor, and again, there's just such a depth of reverence being asked in this card. In honor and in humble acknowledgement that we do our workings and our craftings with these things with care. Without the lofty goals and the necessities to continuously access more. This is a deep look into ego, a deep look into why we need more knowing. What will that give us? And in that knowing, or in the knowledge that you carry already, how can you humbly continue to traverse, almost like walk the path of someone that is literally with that weight of knowledge, with that cloak of grace, and just going, yes, I acknowledge that even as much as I may think I know, there will always be more to know. There will always be more to be remembered. There will always be more to be discovered. So how can I continue on this path and to carry on in that knowing? There is much more to share of this card, but as you see, it took me some time to even share that part of the message. For there's depths in simplicity.